Welcome children in another class, and today we will do a new topic in grammar, and the title of the topic is determiners. So before we start, let us link it. So we will choose the right option and fill in the blanks. I am looking forward to becoming a doctor. Second, she is the girl whose book I had borrowed. Have you seen my cats? Those are the dogs that Abhushan saw running yesterday morning. Who invented the television? Rufus is playing catch with the children in the garden. My first trip to the mountains was more enjoyable than the one to the beach. I think there is some juice in the jug. I have one pen left. Have you any change? So here we have used the different words to fill in the blanks like whose, my, that, first, some, any. So we have learned parts of speech. So they are the different words which are used as a parts of speech. Okay. So can you name different parts of speech or the word that you use to fill in the blanks? So we have used possessive noun, we have used demonstrative pronouns, we have used articles, we have used adjective words. Okay. So yes, right, they are articles, adjectives and pronouns. So the definition of the determiners goes like this. So these words help us to identify a noun or help specify the quantity or number of a noun. So when we are filling up with such words, we come to know about the number. Okay, we come to know about the quantity by using few, some. Okay, and hence they function as determiners. So what is a determiner? Here's the definition is a determiner is a word used before a noun to show which noun is being talked about in a sentence. It helps to identify a noun or say how much or how many of a noun. So these categories of words are determiners. So these categories like articles comes in determiner, adjective of quantity comes as determiner, adjectives of number, demonstrative adjective, possessive adjectives, interrogative adjectives and relative pronouns when used before nouns like whose, whom, where. Okay. Now there are let us see the types of determiners. So there are several types of determiners. So let us read this table to revise. The very first determiner we will deal is with articles. So we know articles are of two kinds, indefinite and definite. So what is an indefinite? Generally a or an is termed as an indefinite. Like let us order a pizza, it will take an hour to get there. So these all don't tell us about the actual things, so they are indefinite. But what is the word definite? The. So this is the pen I was looking for because I know this pen. So these articles will be included in determiners. Then we have demonstrative. The words like this, that, these, those. So this game is very interesting. Those children live near our home. Then we have possessives, which shows the possession, belongingness, like my, your, his, her, its, our, their. I have completed my craft project. So my is emphasizing on the possession, that it belongs to me. Then taking care of the environment is our responsibility. So our responsibility means it is again showing the possession. Next is your quantifiers. A few, a little, much, many, a lot of, most, some, any, enough. Okay. So this will be termed as quantifiers, which are again determiners. Like Shipra has a few coins in her pocket. A few coins means you always remember that if I say only few, that will be negative, means it is almost to nothing. But when I say a few, it is positive, means something is there. Now many students participated in the competition. Again, it's a quantifier. Now let us talk about numbers. 1, 2, 3, 10, third, ordinal and cardinal numbers are there, which are termed as numbers. So this is the third time that we have repaired the phone. I have 10 pencils. Okay. Now distributives: all, both, half, then either, neither, each, every will be termed as distributives. Like all students should assemble in the auditorium. Neither dish was cooked by me. Okay. Now question words are like which, what, and whose. What color do you like most? Whose bag is this? So children, here we had dealt with the words like articles, demonstrative, possessive, quantifiers, numbers, distributives, and question words, which will be termed as types of quantifiers. Okay. Now next is your articles, basic rules of usage. Now we will see where we will use the articles. So we have already learnt the use of a, an, or the. So let us review the basic rules of their usage. Now a or an are called indefinite articles because they don't point to a particular noun. For example, I read a book. Okay, so a book means any book. Now the is called the definite article because it points out onto a particular noun. I read the book you gave me because I am knowing the book which you have given me. So the has used. Now indefinite articles are only used before singular countable nouns. Look at these examples: an orange, a boy. So these are countable, which can be counted. Now a is also used before the words beginning with a consonant sound. Now vowel and consonants other than a, e, I, o, u, we call it consonant. Like a hat means the words which are not starting with a, e, I, o, u, we call it consonant. A unicorn. So unicorn, why? You will say here u is an vowel, but we have used a here because you although you it is vowel word, but letter, but when we say you, so it is the combination of the word you. So y is a consonant letter, so we use a unicorn. Okay. Now an is used before the words beginning with a vowel sound. An umbrella, an R. Now R, we don't say hover, we say R, means H is silent, it is starting from O. So that's why we have used an R. Okay. Now omission of articles or use of zero articles. Now sometimes we don't use articles. Non-countable nouns, that means which we cannot count. Okay, do not use articles before the noun. Such an instance is called zero articles. Okay. So the non-countable nouns and plural countable nouns are used without articles when we use them in a general sense. Okay. So non-countable nouns and plural countable nouns are used without articles. Let us see how. We like sugar in our tea. Now sugar is non-countable, so here we will use no article. We planted roses in our garden. Again roses, it's a plural countable noun, but we don't use any article before it. Computers have transformed the way we live. Again computers is a countable noun, but it's plural in form, so we are not using any article before it. Now we do not use an article with most proper nouns, like when we have the name of the languages, we have the name of most countries and the like. Okay, see here, Tenzing scaled Mount Everest, a mountain peak is in Nepal. Okay, so Mount Everest, Nepal, these all are proper nouns, so we are not using any article before it. Do you speak Spanish? Now here before the language also we have omitted the article. Now, common countable nouns are used without articles in certain special situations. Now, we will read this table to learn more. So, common countable nouns sometimes also are used without articles, like situations in which articles are omitted. Some phrases related to transport using by or on. When we use to some by or on, we omit it. We will go by train. I went on horseback. So we don't use any article before any mode of transportation we are using. With meals, we don't use. Dinner, before dinner, we don't use. Let us go out for lunch. Before lunch, also, we don't use. Okay? With names of almost all the diseases, we don't use articles like arthritis, chicken pox. These we have used in a sentence, so we don't put any article before it. Then we have with some words and phrases denoting the time. We lit a bonfire at 11 a.m. We were at noon. We will reach Kerala tomorrow. So here we can see that we are not using any articles. So I think children you are clear with this topic. Now determiners, what are they? They are nothing but which shows which noun is being talked about in a sentence, and it helps to identify a noun or say how much or how many. Now determiners may consist of articles, adjective of quantity, number, demonstrative adjective, possessive, interrogative adjectives and relative pronoun. So here we saw also the types of determiners. We have articles like indefinite and definite, demonstrative, possessive, demonstrative like this, that, these, those, possessive like my, his, her, quantifiers little, much, many, numbers 1, 10, third, distributive half, either, neither, each, every, and question word which, what, whose. So children, you go through this chapter thoroughly, and I'm sending you the answers of this chapter, but first you will do yourself, then you will cross check your answers. So thank you for listening.